The purpose of this video is to take a tour and learn the details of sort submissions. All submissions are the result of a user filling out a sort form placed on a website or the sort app. When a sort form has been submitted, it is collected and displayed on the sort dashboard. Let's begin our tutorial video by taking a closer look at the dashboard. Like an email inbox, all submissions are listed in chronological order. As we scan across the submission from left to right, the first item we see is a circle, which if clicked, turns orange. This allows us to select a submission. We can also select multiple submissions at the same time. The purpose of selecting submissions is to drag and drop the submissions into a list on the left-hand column. Note: there is a tutorial video dedicated to lists in the setting page. We recommend watching it prior to dragging and dropping submissions into sort lists. Now, back to the tour. The next item to the right of the circle is a flag. This allows us to mark a submission without selecting it. For example, if we click on the flags of multiple submissions, the flags have been enabled, but the submissions themselves have not been selected. This allows us to highlight certain submissions that we can address later. Moving on. As we scan across the submission from left to right, you can see that the information is in column form, like a spreadsheet. The first column is the topic column. The next column is the subtopic column. Next to that are the comments. And to the right of that is the sender column. And to the right is the form title column. The final column is the timestamp. Prior to moving to the icons on the right, let's look at the headers across the top of each column. Because the submissions are listed in chronological order, it is often difficult and time-consuming to locate a specific submission. To find specifically what we are looking for, we access a sorting feature found on top of each column. Columns on the dashboard have a title that is interactive. When clicked, a drop-down menu lists all topics present in the inbox. We can narrow our search by selecting one of the topics. The dashboard will sort and display only those submissions to that particular topic. For example, if we were going to process wants and needs, we can select wants and needs. As you can see, the dashboard is now showing submissions only regarding wants and needs. We can narrow down our search even more by selecting a particular subtopic. In this case, we will select front of the house employees. At this point, the dashboard has been narrowed down to only submissions with topics of wants and needs, and the subtopic of front of the house employees. This state-of-the-art time-saving feature allows us to locate exactly what we are looking for. Note: searching for submissions based on their topics and subtopics is much easier when you use the sorting feature described. We recommend you keep this in mind when building custom sort forms. There is a tutorial video found on the settings page regarding form building. As you have seen here, determining the topics and subtopics in advance can be extremely beneficial when searching through submissions on your dashboard. Let's turn our attention back to the far right-hand side of the submission. We see two icons. The first is the completed icon. The next icon is the trash icon. These icons directly send submissions to the folders found at the bottom of the left-hand column. The action of sending a submission to the completed folder or to the trash folder can be accomplished in two ways. With one click, the submission will be sent to the corresponding folder. As shown earlier, we can also opt to select a submission by clicking on the orange circle on the far left and then drag and drop it into the appropriate file. The same can be done with the trash icon. We can send one submission at a time, or we can select multiple submissions and drag and drop the entire group. Note: there is a tutorial video found in the settings page dedicated to the file system. We recommend watching it prior to dragging and dropping submissions into the folders found on the bottom of the left-hand column. Now that we have completed the tour of submissions found on our dashboard, let's take a detailed look of one submission. To do so, we double-click anywhere on the submission. As you can see, we have left the dashboard and are now looking at the details of the submission selected. The submission is displayed in a form format. Let's take a closer look. In the upper right-hand corner, the first button is the Mark as Unread button. If clicked, the submission will be shown in bold on the dashboard. The next icon directly to the right is the print icon. By clicking, our print manager opens, and we can print a copy of this submission. Depending on how we've set up our printer, we may be able to save this submission as a PDF. The icon next to this is the completed icon. With one click, it'll send the submission to the completed folder on the dashboard. Similarly, the next icon to the right is the trash icon. Again, with one click, it'll send this submission to the trash folder on the dashboard. And on the far right is the edit icon. This icon allows us as the admin to update or make changes to the submission. For instance, if the user made a mistake while filling out the form and selected the wrong topic, we can click on the edit icon and make the change needed. Changes can be made in any area of the submission. For example, some user comments are too long and need to be narrowed down. By using this edit feature, we can change a lengthy statement into a 2 or 3 word comment. And finally, on the bottom of the detailed submission, we find Admin Notes. This feature allows us as the admin to write a note to ourselves regarding this submission. Note: Admin notes can only be added when the edit feature is enabled. These notes are confidential and can only be read by the admin when the submission is open in the detailed view. The final aspect of the detailed submission is in the lower right-hand corner labeled Show History. With one click, a list of all versions of this submission is listed in chronological order. To leave the detailed view of this submission, we click on the sort logo and return to the dashboard. This also brings us to the end of our video tour of sort submissions. We encourage all new sort users to click and learn. It is very difficult to break or lose information with sort. Have fun with it. When you need information, please go to the settings page and search through the tutorial videos. If all else fails, please fill out a Contact Us form. We are here to help you. Thanks for watching.